So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. If this is your first time tuning in, so today what we're going to talk about is land. Is land a good investment? What is my opinion on buying land or owning land as an investment? People who know me personally ask me this question because they know I have land, and I thought if they have that question, probably more people would like to get the perspective of people who are already in that area or who have already done it. So that's the reason I'm coming on here to bring you guys a video on my opinion on whether land is worth it or not. So this is a good sized tract of land, and what we have for this one is an Airbnb. We have an Airbnb property out here, and that's what we use this one for. But aside from that, mosquito, land can be a good investment if you are willing to put in the work, and it also depends on what you're purchasing the property for. Again, none of this is financial advice, but it just depends what you're planning on doing with the property. Are you planning on just buying and holding and literally doing nothing, just letting it appreciate over time? That's it's a good investment for a lot of people. I know there's people that live in other cities and are buying further outside to just sit on the property and wait for the appreciation, which is totally cool. Now there are other people who are purchasing land, large tracts of land, subdividing it, and then selling it out at a higher price. You might be asking, how does that even work if they just bought it and now they're going to sell it for more? What they do is they typically, going off on a tangent, but what they do is they buy, say, 100 acres. They get a better price because they're buying in bulk, right? They're buying a lot of land at one time. So they pick up the 100 acres and then they subdivide it out into maybe 10-acre lots. So now you have 10-acre lots. You have a lot more people that have the finances to buy 10 acres than they do to buy 100 acres. So that's the reason it works out, right? Supply and demand. There's more people that make that kind of money to buy 10 acres than there are for people that make enough to buy 100 acres. So that's why you can sell it up at a markup without really doing much to it. And that's because you just have more people in that buyer pool, more people competing for the same properties versus, large tracts of land. Oh, well. Scare the shit out of me. So those things are actually really good eating. In case you've never had any, quail are phenomenal birds to eat. They're really, really good. Getting off on a tangent, we hunt those things a lot as well. But anyways, scared the shit out of me. I wasn't expecting it. What was I saying? Land. I'm pretty sure I heard that on the camera too. It's pretty loud. But damn, I forgot what the hell I was saying. Oh, so subdivided land. So yeah, there's a lot more people in the buyer pool that can afford 10-acre tracts versus 100-acre tracts. So that's the reason the prices can be marked up. Now aside from that, people can also add utilities. They can increase the prices for that. You're paying a convenience fee for the developer, whoever purchased the property, to add the utilities on there for you as a buyer. So that's the reason the prices can go up for land. And that's another way people are investing in land, is they're kind of somewhat developing it in a way that they're just adding utilities for a prospective buyer to be able to walk in and start building a home. All the utilities are in place, and it's a lot easier that way. Again, you're paying a convenience fee. The next thing is going to be, oh, there's a quail right there. They have really strong wings. They're pretty loud. But anyways, another pro to buying land or having land as an investment, again, depending on how much land you buy, is that you can actually use the land yourself. Come out here, relax, do a quick walk like I'm doing today. It's a good, quiet environment to be able to get out and just kind of get in nature and just kind of do your thing. In my case, come out here and make videos. But that's a value add that you can't necessarily put a price on. I can't put a figure on how the land itself makes me feel. It makes me feel good, makes me feel calm, makes me feel at peace. Again, I can't put a price on that, so I don't know how to quantify that. But if that's important to you, that's why I say land is a good investment, is because there's a lot of value that you can't necessarily see or quantify but it's there, if that makes any sense. Again, it allows you to think. When I come out here, I can think clearly. I can get, you know, random ideas. Think a lot of thoughts come into my head when I'm just walking around in nature. So again, another value add that I can't really put a price on. Now, what are some of the cons to owning property, right? There has to be cons to owning property as well. There are, and that's going to be mainly taxes. You're going to have to figure out the tax system and how it works for land, what kind of exemptions you can get, what kind of deductions you can get on the land, because if you don't, it can add up and it can discourage you from keeping the land, because they do get up there. They're pretty expensive, especially if you don't have the right exemptions on there. I know it discourages a lot of people from getting into it. But aside from that, there is maintenance if you're going to have cattle on the property. If that's one of your reasons for investing in land, is for the cattle purposes. Yeah, you're going to have fence maintenance. You're going to have costs with the feed and maintenance with the cattle, making sure that they're, you know, doing okay, bringing them water, hay, food, all kinds of stuff, making sure that everything's in check. So if you're going to be doing that, then yeah, there is more maintenance involved. If you're not, then you don't have to worry about that. I guess kind of the final thought piece here, and that's going to be the land appreciation. Land appreciates pretty well, especially here in Texas. It's been doing better, even more so lately. And that's again because you can't replace each specific piece of land. Every piece of land is very different. Every piece of land is very unique. I can't just buy this same exact property in another country. I can't buy this exact same piece of property in another part of Texas. And you know, it's very unique and very different from anything else because it's one of one, right? There is no other, you know, you can't manufacture this any other way. So that's why it's, you know, like I said, it's one of one. So it increases in value because it's rare, it's different, and again, it's one of one. When you're looking at this, you're looking mainly at the appreciation. If you're going to be trying to get out of this, most people, that's what they do, is they buy these for appreciation and they use it for recreational purposes until it's time to sell. A lot of it gets passed down to grandkids and kids, and at some point they typically will sell. So land is usually something that's generational. It gets passed down to generation, and at some point somebody comes around and decides they want to sell it. So yeah, appreciation is mainly where the value is at, but I guess monetary value, the real value, the money value. But aside from the money value, there is a lot of non-quantifiable value that is added from land, and that's just going to be the happiness and joy it brings to you, and having a place to bring your kids, dogs, wife, whatever, to be able to get away from the city, get out of town and relax and come out and enjoy nature. So there's different types of value. Just you got to see which one's more important to you. Is it going to be the monetary value, the money value, or is it going to be the unquantifiable value, which is, you know, how it makes you feel and the joy your kids have running around out there, things like that. So again, just my personal take on land. Again, not financial advice. If you gained any value from this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.